All right, Bobby Gaines back again for the bottom of the fifth inning. Steven Matz getting out of the fifth inning, the top half of the fifth inning without any trouble. And the Mets are trying to chip away at this 3-0 lead. Right now it is 3-1 as the bottom of the fifth is underway here. And Lucas Duda is leading things off. Had a pretty good regular season, only batting 167 in this series. But I mean, it's so hard to really, with postseason stats, it's kind of just give and take, If he goes, 2 for 3 or whatever in this game, then his average is up to like 300. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. So you can have a bad few games, but if, one of these players, or more than one, hopefully comes out of this game with a big game, we could be looking at the Mets joining the Cubs in the LCS. That one is low. So it is 1-2 right now. Kershaw dealing for the most part, giving up the home run to Murphy, but otherwise, his usual self. Does have a lot of pitches, though, so that could be one way to force him out of the game, make Mattingly, come out and take him out of the game. Speaking of Mattingly, how ridiculous is it that Chase Utley hasn't played either of these games? It just seems kind of cowardly as Duda strikes out, gets thrown out at first. Why, if you're Chase Utley, why even appeal your suspension if you're not going to play any of the games anyway? It's like, oh yeah, 2-game suspension. No, I don't think so. All right, then just sit in the dugout in your Dodgers jacket looking like a tool. Because that's all I've seen. The only time I've seen Chase Utley in this series is him sitting on the bench looking like an idiot. I mean, obviously they're not going to use him because, God forbid, you have to deal with the ramifications of your actions, but it's just kind of stupid. I mean, whatever. You want to waste the time and then get suspended anyway, go right ahead. I'd love it. As Flores takes a strike, just kind of stood there and waited for the pitch, really. I don't even think he would have swung for that if it was down the middle. Flores is batting 400 in this series, but like I said, take that for what it is. He could be 2 for 5 for all we know. As he is 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout. Count even at 1-1. And the pitch. Swings and fouls it off. Flores, of course, coming in for Ruben Tejada in Game 2 after Chase Utley was safe after never touching the bag, a fundamental rule in baseball. And right now we have Flores taking his place, and he's 1-2 right now against Kershaw, but he is batting 400 in the series for what that's worth. And he strikes out, so that was pretty forgettable. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs pretty quickly there, so 3-1 game. Like I said, at least try to drive up the pitch count against Kershaw. I'm sure that's what they're trying to do. It just didn't work out that time. Swinging at a pitch that might have been a strike anyway. It's hard to really tell. It was kind of low. But, a really good pitch. That's what makes him one of the best in the game. And right now, why is Bartolo Colon still in the bull? I just don't... is there anyone else? Jacob deGrom's in the pen? Let's see, I was just saying, isn't there anyone else? All right, well... I don't know if I want deGrom pitching in this game in case they need him for Game 5. Is that a fair ball? It looks like it. Everyone's just sitting around there, and he's out. What am I missing here? What just happened there? I just watched baseball happen, but not really. Was that just a practice drill or what? It must have been a foul ball. It's just funny how everybody kind of stood there, and the third baseman threw it, and now it's just deGrom warming up. So what is going on here? I mean, obviously you need your best pitchers right now, but this might not be the best time to use deGrom out of the pen. I'll have to keep a praise on this situation. I don't know what's going on here. You need Jacob deGrom for Game 5, but I digress. Actually, I don't. That is all I'm going to talk about. That one is a ball, 1-1. Now, if the Mets had a lead and it was later in the game, maybe I say get deGrom ready, but I don't know about this one. Michael Kadire is on the on-deck circle. Does that mean he's going to pinch hit for Matz? Maybe that has something to do with it. But why take Matz out before you have to? And why have deGrom warming up? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to really fault a team for putting their best pitcher out there, but at the same time, you're not going to win down by 2 runs right now, even if deGrom shuts them down for a couple innings. You need Jacob deGrom to pitch against Zach Greinke in Game 5 if it comes to that, and it might. So, I don't know. I'm not the manager. Nice swing, and that is a base hit. Maybe more. No, probably just a single. Yeah, no, don't take the chance. All right, runner on. Tying run comes to the plate, and it is Michael Kadire. This is one of those interesting scenarios, A long-time established veteran like Kadire, who's on the Mets kind of as a bench player, doing his part here and there, coming up to bat in a huge situation here against Clayton Kershaw. Hasn't seen the action in this game so far, and Kershaw hasn't pitched to him so far, so we're going to see what happens. I assume it's Kadire coming to the plate. Of course, I'm setting this scene, and I don't even know. So Kershaw facing someone for the Mets. I'd imagine that it's Kadire. It is. Batting in the pitcher spot. Career versus Kershaw, 4 for 19. Well, that's encouraging. Hopefully this will be his 5th hit in 20 career plate appearances. Like I said, this is one of those moments where something could happen. And if it does, I might feel like an idiot for saying they shouldn't get DeGrom up. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. I think he was thinking the same thing we were all thinking there. Going for the fences on that swing. Runner on with 2 outs. Michael Kadire in the regular season with 10 home runs. 0 for 3 in this series with a strikeout, but that's not much. All it takes is 1 hit right now to get him back in the good graces of Mets fans everywhere. So this is it. Every inning or every game there'll be an inning or two where you think, this is where something has to happen. I'm not saying the Mets have to tie the game here, but you got to at least push force the issue. Don't go down swinging. Don't go down, just grounding it to second. Get a hit. Put some pressure on the Dodgers, steal a base, do something to kind of get the Dodgers thinking, maybe we don't have this game right now. Because right now, if you're the Dodgers, you're up by 2 with Kershaw, you like your chances most times. And even with DeGrom warming up for reasons I can't explain, you have to like your chances. I don't understand this move by Terry Collins, but I'm not going to claim to be this knowledgeable expert. I'll admit he's better than Bartolo Colon and about 20 years younger. But anyway, as Flores gets meaninglessly thrown to at first base, I gotta love the pickoff throws to waste time. So Kershaw 0-2. Kadire hoping to make the best of this pinch hitting opportunity. I'm hoping I'm not just going to waste more camera space just to watch another 1-2-3 inning, although there was a hit. So that was kind of fun. Swings and fouls it off. This is a big at-bat. You hope he can drive in a run, maybe 2. It's not really that easy against Kershaw, but if he does somehow get on base, you go back to the top of the order, maybe something can happen there. But because this game is getting to be pretty critical. Now maybe, DeGrom will come in, shut him out for 3 innings, and he looks like a genius, Terry Collins, and the Mets do take the lead back. Maybe. But that's no guarantee. Just because he's a good starter doesn't mean he comes in there. Oh, God damn it. Good job, Kadire. Idiot. All right, well, that's the end of the 5th. We'll see what happens here as the Mets are still trailing 3-1.